Good day, you're welcome to the fashion tutorial. Today we'll be looking at how to make kaftan. First, you fold your fabric into two. Measure your gown length plus 1.5. Next, you measure your shoulder plus 0.5 like so. Next, you measure your shoulder to your bust. That's your bust point plus 0.5. Next, you measure your bust circumference. That's your bust line divided by 4. Then you add 2 inch, 1 inch for sewing allowance, 1 inch for ease. Next, you measure your shoulder to your waistline and mark like so. Next, you measure your waistline divided by 4 plus 2. Next, you measure your shoulder to your hip and mark like that. Then you measure your hip line divided by 4 plus 2. At the base, you measure whatever you got at your hip, you may add 4 or 5 to it and mark at the base like you see, and just connect all the lines together. Connect the lines straight down like so. So you can see what we have. These are the lines. Next, you are going to mark your 1 inch shoulder slant. Then you measure your neck. You can do your neck divided by 2 plus 2. So here I'm using 4 by 3 and I'm slanting inwards with 1.25. So I'm curving to form my round neck. Next, I'm going to connect the shoulder to the neck. Calculate bust point divided by 2 and mark. Then your shoulder minus 0.75 on your across chest. Then measure like so to form your arm side divided by 2 plus 2. Measure 2 inch from your neck depth. Mark 1 inch at the center. Then measure 0.5 from the 1 inch you marked for your semicircle and curve like so. Blend the curve nicely. Then cut out for your keyhole neckline. Cut the back using the front. The neck is 4 by 3. We also cut facing from the front and back, and we are going to sew like so. The facing is about 8 inch long. So we've sewn and notched the neckline of the front and the back for the facing. Next up, we are going to join the shoulder. We flipped the facing over to the other side and pinned. Ensure they are equal and everything aligns properly. And we sew with 2.5 inch seam allowance. So we are done sewing. Next, we are going to turn the edge of our facing, and this is what it looks like. We are arranging stones on the neck, as you can see, in order to have this gorgeous design at the neckline. Now we are going to work on a side seam, so we can sew the sides. You can see what it should look like. Let me show you how this came about. You measure your bust point, mark like so. Next, you measure bust line divided by 2 plus 1.5 and mark on both sides. Next, you measure your shoulder to waist, mark. Then you measure your waistline divided by 2 plus 1.5. Next, you measure your shoulder to hip line. Then you do hip line divided by 2 plus 1.5 and mark on both sides. Then next, you go to the base. Whatever you got at the hip, add 8 or 10 to it, depending on how wide you want the base to be. So we are connecting all those lines we marked now, all our circumference lines. After marking, you sew like so. You can see what it looks like after sewing. So we squeeze the ankle out of the water, then place the iron on it for about a minute. Don't leave away for so long so it doesn't burn the fabric. So place your sleeve pattern on the fabric, then extend with 2.5 inch allowance like you see. Then you are going to measure extra 3 inch to extend at that end. Then you extend the up to the base from the straight line with about 5 inch. Then you slant backwards with your roller. Turn the base of the sleeve, join the side and attach to the bodies. Then we stone the sleeve like this. Place the iron on the stones you've arranged for about a minute. Watch the temperature so it doesn't burn the fabric. Then lift it up like so.